It was raining hard, and Sarah's car broke down on a lonely road. She was cold, wet, and her phone didn't have any signal. She sighed, then spotted something up ahead, a big old house that looked like it had been forgotten for a long time. With no other choice, she grabbed her flashlight and walked toward it. The house looked scary, with broken windows and vines crawling all over it. The door creaked loudly as she pushed it open. Inside, the air was dusty, and everything smelled old and wet. Her flashlight lit up the broken floor and torn wallpaper. She tried to convince herself that it was just an empty house, but then she heard a whisper. "Help me." Sara stopped. Her heart pounded in her chest. "Hello?" she called, but no one answered. She shook her head. "It's just the wind," she told herself. But then she heard it again. "Please, help me." The voice sounded like it was coming from under the floor. Sara followed the sound down a hallway until she found a door. It looked strange, with deep scratches on it, like someone, or something, had clawed at it. Her hands shook, but she opened the door. A staircase led down into the basement. It was dark, cold, and smelled like dirt. Slowly, she walked down the steps. The whispers got louder. In the middle of the basement was an old wooden trunk wrapped in rusty chains. The whispers were all around her now, begging, "Set us free, please." Sara wanted to run, but something made her stay. She knelt down and pulled at the chains. They fell off easily. When she opened the trunk, her flashlight caught a glimpse of bones inside, human bones. She gasped, stumbling back in horror. Then, suddenly, a freezing wind rushed out of the trunk, and her flashlight went out. Everything was pitch black. The whispers stopped. Then, she heard laughter. It started soft, but grew louder and louder. Sara tried to breathe, but the air felt heavy. Strange shapes began to move in the dark, glowing eyes appearing around her. "You set us free," one of the shapes whispered, its bony hand reaching toward her. Sara screamed and ran up the stairs, but the door slammed shut. She pounded on it, yelling for help. The shapes came closer, their laughter echoing through the basement. And then, silence. The next day, Sara's car was found on the side of the road, but Sara was gone. The house stood there, quiet and empty, just like before. In the basement, the trunk was closed again, wrapped in chains. And if you listened closely, you could hear a voice inside whispering, "Please, help."